Hello, it's Chris and Derek with Penny's Hot Rods and Customs again. Work on the 52. Hopefully, it's a 52 Studebaker. It's a Studebaker. Not sure on the year, but it's a 52. We'll say.
Sure.
Today, what we're planning on doing, we're going to pull the transmission out, and the bell housing, and we're going to. If you can see, there's a gap here for the bolt. We're going to make a spacer for there, and one on the other side. We've got a new clutch, new pressure plate. Chevy clutch, Dodge pressure plate, Chevy throat bearing. So we got that. So we're going to make those adapters. We're going to see if the pilot pilot bearing needs to be adapted or made one. Then we'll either make that or adapt it. Then put it all back together with the clutch in there and everything. Then, where is... Not that one. Now that one. Must be this one. Now there's the cable for the hydraulic slave, and then we're going to put a bracket for that. This is a pull type. So basically we'll anchor, yeah, it'll go like that in the car, or truck I should say. This will get anchored to somewhere in the back, maybe the transmission cross member. This will get attached to the clutch fork, and when you push the clutch, instead of going that way, it'll pull it. And that's the way the clutch fork wants to go. And we're using the factory Dodge clutch or the clutch fork. But that's a Willwood, so should be a good unit. That's the bleeder valve, the input. Basically the same as what I've done on my Terraplane, except I used a push type. So it pushed it instead, so I had to reverse this and put it this way. But same thing. But that's our hopefully plan. Hopefully we'll get it done today, maybe tomorrow, but depending on how much adapting we have to do. Hooking up the clutch slave cylinder is going to be pretty easy though, so that'll be the easy part. So Derek's getting tools ready. We're gonna pull the transmission out and the cross member. So, yeah, you don't need to see that. That's the normal stuff. Okay, transmission, bell housing's out, and from last time we worked on the transmission, Derek made this little spigot adapter so it fits on here, and we just pulled it out and put some Loctite on there, just so it'll lock it in there. It'll keep it in its hole. Yeah, and that goes around here. Because that hole, the Dodge hole, is slightly bigger, so.
Okay, now, I guess what I'll do is I'll get a piece of wood.
Yeah, we'll stand this up, because what we have to do, these two bolts, yeah, that's the original. There was original there and there. But we had to drill one there, there, and there. So these top two are fine. These ones, there's this ridge here, so we got to make a little spacer there, take up the gap. So we'll mount that.
I need an aluminum one, heavy.
Yeah. Grab two bolts. Or no, those are different bolts.
Yeah, I had to.
Yeah, they're under.
They were on the floor.
On the floor? Oh, yeah.
The bigger one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I only need one end. No, find the hole. Okay.
Yeah, because these two top ones we left the same. We had to just ream out the holes in the transmission a little bit, so they thread into the factory Dodge bell housing. But the bottom two we couldn't do that; they're too off. So have to bolt and nut the bottom. And as you can see, if we tighten it up there, that would be that would just crack this aluminum ear off. So Derek's gonna make a little aluminum spacer to go in there. Same with on that side.
There's no oil in this thing?
Probably.
Okay.
It shouldn't leak out unless there's some holes in it.
Not the first time.
Yeah, still needs to be cleaned, but we'll do that once it finally goes in. Okay. Okay, so this is what we've done. We've made little washers just to fit in there and put some high-grade Allen key head bolts. And under there, we actually got lucky. We just got 4 little shim washers that we welded together. It's hard to tell, but that takes up the space perfectly. Same as on the other side. And I'll tip this over so you can see the bolts. They're fine. Not too long. We're gonna have to make a pilot bearing out of aluminum bronze, because the Chevy one is, well, obviously it's smaller than the Dodge in the back of the motor, which is normal anyway, so have to make that. The pilot shaft is, we measured it. It's very close to what the Dodge was, so it doesn't have to be extended or anything like that. And any little minor we can take out in the bearing. We can make a bigger, smaller bearing, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's gonna work. So now we just gotta play with the Dodge fork, clutch fork, and the Chevy throw bearing.
We can do that now?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, there's the original Dodge fork, and that's a used up Chevy S10 for the clutch, or the throw bearing for the transmission that we got. So you can see that it's a little bit, it doesn't fit quite all the way in there. It's a little bit fat here, this way and that way. So we're thinking about basically grinding here, grinding there, so it fits in, and then maybe squeezing this in a little bit so it fits into.
It rides onto the shoulder.
It rides into there. So may have to weld that up a little bit once we grind, but we'll figure that out once. But we figure we can make this work.
I'm confident.
Oh yeah. It should work. of our makeshift workbench. Okay.
Okay, but oh, gotta do some modification. Oh, my dog's good. I need it to ride on the shoulder on this part.
Yeah, it needs to be. We probably have to slice that because it's sort of too rounded.
Oh, yeah, I was just gonna weld it up, and then grind it into shape.
Oh man, yeah, you can weld. Yeah,
Yeah.
weld it on this. Yeah, weld it on this side and then just
Weld this all up so it fits in here because you want it to ride on here, not here.
Yeah,
On the shoulder.
yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, yeah, that'll work.
I think that's in far enough. It will try.
Yeah, it all it had to do is go in like easily halfway.
Okay.
And it's slightly more than halfway, so that should work.
So now, well, I guess we'll weld it up.
Weld it up, yeah, and just grind until it fits.
Build these two sides up. Perfect. It'll work. I'll guarantee it.
You heard it here. Derek guarantees it.
I'll guarantee it.
Welding, grinding, test fitting, and do that over several times.
Okay, getting closer. Just a little bit more. Some more fitting.
Okay, we've continued working on the transmission, and we just got a brand new pressure plate. That's a Dodge for a Dodge, and then we've got a 10.5-inch clutch, and that's a GM. That's a 14 spline, the same as the S10 transmission. And we also got a GM throw bearing, and I'm just looking for the fork. Derek modified. It works pretty good. He welded the rod in here to strengthen it up, and then ground it so it just holds it. It rocks back and forth, and it's just a little bit of tight fit, so that will lock it. That works good. We've tested it on there, and it seems to work great. So right now Derek's inside. He's getting ready. We got the flywheel bolted on, and just gonna hand him the clutch and throw that in, then the transmission, and go from there. Well, we got the transmission in and the clutch in. I'll show you down here. Clutch, flywheel, everything's in, fork's in, except there's a problem. If you can see in there, I will bring the light over. Alright, there. See the throw bearing? And my clutch fork bottoms out there. And you can see there's still a gap between the throw bearing and the fingers. If you can see. There we go. When you bring that back, it's hitting there. It's because that throw bearing is a Chevy, and it matches the transmission perfectly, but it's smaller well, not smaller. Get out of here. It's about that wide. The Dodge one was about that wide. So the fork doesn't have enough throwing distance with the Chevy in there. So what we're gonna have to do is get a new fork, since we've modified this for a Chevy. Get a new Dodge fork, get a Dodge throw-out bearing, because it's wider, it's longer. Purchase that, and then Derek's got to make a sleeve for this transmission shaft, because the Dodge throw-out bearing's slightly bigger than the S10 tranny shaft, so Derek can make that easy. So we just need a Dodge throw-out bearing and replace this modified one, and then I think we're back in business. But yeah, so this isn't going to work, this one. So we're at a standstill right again. So as I get up, I'm going to leave this video as a part 1 to our clutch and pressure plate issues on the Studebaker. So part 2 will be, putting the new parts in it again, and making the sleeve, and hopefully getting it actually working with the pedal and everything, and hooking up the slave cylinder. So that'll be a part 2. So thanks for watching, and like always, comment, subscribe, tell us we're doing the right thing, or tell us we're not doing the right thing, and yeah, get back to us. All right, we'll see you on the next one.